What's happening, people, and welcome to the Rambling Dad podcast. And today I am joined by Matt, the SteamRollaa Frevola. What's happening, brother? You good?
Oh man, I'm doing good, bro. How are you?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Even better for getting to sit down and talk to you, mate. You know what I mean? Been trying to put this together for a while, so buzzing that we're here.
Yeah, I'm glad we finally got a chance to talk, man.
How was your brunch? Was it good? Yeah.
It was good. Yeah. I had a nice little brunch. I'm trying to get my weight down, so could only have the avocado toast and some eggs. And
Mate.
no bacon for me, no cheese for me. But you got to make those sacrifices.
That's it, mate. I bet you were looking at that eggy cheese sandwich on the menu, going, "Damn."
Yeah, the egg and cheese is earned. I got to earn the bacon, egg, and cheese.
That's it, mate.
Michael Johnson.
All right, bro, let's get into it. So first off, what I want to say to you, mate, is massive congratulations to you and your missus on the announcement of your son, man. That's excellent news, absolutely excellent. And wouldn't be the Rambling Dad if we didn't do some dad stuff to kick off the show.
Yeah, man, thank you. It's crazy. It's the baby's coming in June. I got a baby boy on the way, and I'm excited.
Yeah, mate, excellent. Like I say, little baby Steam and Big Daddy Steam coming through soon enough. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be awesome, man. So how are you feeling about Big Daddy Steam then? Looking forward to it?
Yeah, man. I am. I think I'm about as ready as I'm gonna be. We're starting to get all the baby stuff ready, get the baby room ready. We still got some time. But I think everything's kind of fallen into place good. I'm pumped. I got this fight in May, and then get a big win in May, and then June it's all baby time. So I'm excited.
Mm-hmm. Awesome, man. Awesome. I mean, that's lining up quite nicely as well for you to be able to just chill out there and just spend the time with the baby and the missus and just get settled in really and into dad life. You know what I mean? Because like you say, as ready as you can be, you're never going to be ready until it actually happens, to be honest with you, mate. Yeah, I mean,
I know, man. I'm hoping that like my instincts just kick in and I could just dad it up.
Oh, I'm sure they will, bro. I'm sure they will. Yeah, I mean, one of the boys actually. So the lad that shouted us out, Gideon, he commented on yours saying we'll go on the Rambling Dad and whoever else's podcast. He actually messaged me or sent me a DM on Twitter and said, "Go and ask him." Said for a badass MMA fighter, how does he feel about changing nappies or diapers, whatever you want to call them? Like, will it make you gag? Because he says he doesn't reckon he's going to be able to handle that shit.
We'll see, man. We'll see. I think that poop is funny. So, hopefully it won't be that bad.
Yeah, some of the requests. So my little girl's just turned 2, and she's at the point now where even today she's running around in a circle, going massive poop, and then she's dropping one as she's running in a circle. I'm like, nice. So you've got all of that to look forward to, mate.
Yeah, but he's gonna have my genes, so he's probably gonna have some nasty ones.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Right. So exciting times ahead anyway. So like you say, you started sorting out the nursery, started getting everything ready as much as you can, started getting a list of names on the go as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Me and the wife are going through names. And we haven't really picked a name yet, but we're getting there.
Mm-hmm.
Who we can, it's not up to me anyway. It's up to her.
You'll be surprised, mate, when it comes down to it. Like some people, yeah, I mean, some people have a set name before they even get there and go for it, and then other people just kind of like what me and my missus did, had a list each, kind of compared what we liked on each other's list, and then made one solo list between the two of that, and then we just waited until we seen her and just went right, boom, that's the name. Yeah, I mean, so it'll all depends on how you guys rock with it, really, innit?
That's a good idea, actually. I think I'm gonna bring that idea to my wife. I like that.
Take it to the table, bro. See what she's saying. It was actually an app that we used. It was kind of like Tinder, but it was called Kinder. And you would pick baby names. You would swipe left or right if you like the baby name, and it would add it to your list. And it was connected to your missus app as well, so it would appear on. But if you both like the same name, it would add it to a list that you could then both see. I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh wow, yeah, I got to download that.
Yeah, some shit to look at. So you're gonna have a little training partner for life now, mate. Yeah, I mean they're absolutely wild, but I'm sure you're gonna be one hell of a fun dad as well, mate. You always seem like you're getting up to no good. You always seem like you're having a laugh. You know what I mean? So a kid's really gonna enjoy growing up with you, I think.
Yeah, man, I am excited. I'm excited for it, and then I'm excited to just, instill all those good qualities and and really just raise a great, young man.
Yeah.
I'm excited, man.
Awesome, mate. Awesome. So let's keep it on to the fun stuff. So obviously, I put that post up on Twitter yesterday, just saying that you were coming on like late last night, just during the fights or just before them. And obviously, one of the things that everybody pointed out was like your social media presence, like it's your following, your fan engagement is on a next level. And like I say, you might have seen it. Everybody appreciates it. Everybody absolutely loves Matt Frevola. Yeah, I mean, so what's your favorite thing about having that kind of connection with fans?
Man, I love it, especially on Twitter. Everybody on Twitter is so funny, and like even all just down to like the names,
Hmm.
and then and just connecting with the people. I always see myself as a man of the people. I'm just a regular dude who fights, honestly. um, and I support anybody who supports me.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful for. And that's I fight for you guys. I go out there and I leave everything I got, in the octagon. Win, lose, or draw, I'm gonna give it all I got. And afterwards, I'm gonna drink a beer and celebrate with my people. So the more people, the better that we can celebrate. And I'm just grateful for everybody who's along the journey with me.
Yeah, man. Awesome, mate. So obviously you might have seen that one of the comments on there was somebody saying, make sure you thank him for dropping 1,000 brain cells every time he fights. So I said, yeah, I'll make sure I pass that one on. I thought that was a belter of a comment. Like some of the characters that you get on Twitter are just absolutely. Even some dude was like, asked him if he. I don't even want to say it. Ask him if he's ever had a Cleveland steamer or something like that. I was just like, God's sake, bro. Yeah, I mean, there's no hold barred on Twitter. Like everyone just comes out with everything and anything. Like, and you just ping it out there. It's unbelievable. So obviously it comes with all the good stuff, but like what would be one thing, like the worst part of it, that you're just like, oh fuck you, like this is the shittest part of this app?
It's like probably some of those like videos that you watch, and like somebody is like, just I can't watch when like kids are getting like knocked out on like the playground, or just stomped out by like, or bullied. I hate those videos where you see kids getting bullied and stuff. It's like I don't know, I just feel so bad. And like those videos are tough for me to watch.
Yeah, some of them are rough, right? And you're just kind of sitting there going, why is nobody doing anything? Why is nobody sticking up for this kid? You know what I mean? But that's the day and age we live in at the moment, isn't it? Everybody'd rather film it than say something, which is pretty bloody brutal, to be honest.
I know, man. And then I think now that I'm gonna be a father soon, I'm like gonna, I gotta raise a young boy that's gonna be able to, stand up to these bullies, and not
Hmm.
not a kid that's just gonna pull his phone out and like record for like views and for likes and whatever. I want a kid who's gonna, stand up for what's right. So that's one thing that I think about when I watch these videos of the bullying.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, like I say, I've got a little girl there, and it seems to be worse for girls at the moment as well. Like they seem to get it like the tightest out of everybody, and I think it's obviously there's a bit more emotion in there than there is for guys. Like they probably just go from a aggressive route, you know what I mean? But girls can be nasty, and I'm dreading it when she gets to the teenage years, especially with social media and everything the way that it goes.
Yeah, man, it's definitely gonna be tough, but we're gonna be prepared.
Hmm. That's it. Yeah, I mean, you just got to set them up the best you can, and obviously, I imagine I'm going to be sending my girl to training and all, because my missus saw some stuff and she was like, what would you do?" She was in that situation. I was like, and that's exactly why she's going to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and that's exactly why she's going to go and learn these things, because I don't want to not to know what to do in certain situations. You know what I mean? And the world's a scary place these days. I mean, me
Yeah,
and you are 33. You're 33 as well, aren't you? 1990, I think you were born. I was 91 in January. So we're only a couple of months apart. So like our childhood compared to what it's like these days are just worlds apart. Like it's nuts.
I know, it's crazy. And now like all these kids are growing up on like iPads, and like the
Hmm.
whole iPad kid, and like with the social media. We didn't have to deal with social media growing up, and it's a different world. and you know, we're gonna have to prepare our children for that. And you know, I feel the same way. You know, you said you're gonna get your little girl training. You know, I'm 100% gonna get my little guy training. And even if they don't love it, you know, they're at least gonna know it. You know,
Hmm.
just for you know, self defense purposes. And so you know, if they have a passion for it, even better.
Hmm.
But they're at least gonna know how to defend themselves.
Yeah, that's it, man. You make a good point. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people try and force the kids into things that they would want them to go and do rather than letting the kid explore what they want to do. So that's what I've said as well. She was like, what if she doesn't want to do it? I'm like, well, that's fine. You know what I mean? I'm not going to force her to go and do something, but I'd rather try it and learn something from it first. You know what I mean? Because there's things that come out. I'd done it when I was younger. Discipline, especially like you're going to have a son. You know what I mean? Young guys, it's going to get you disciplined. It's going to like kind of chill your ego a little bit. You're going to know what to do in those kind of situations, and you're not going to get into fights with the other lads as much as you probably would have done without it.
Yeah, exactly. At least know how to defend yourself, and then if that's not what they like, you know, you got to pick something else. You know, they have to find, you know, something that they like to do, some kind of passion, whether it's, you know, sports or martial arts or musician or something. You know,
Yeah.
whatever. They gotta have something to keep them out of trouble.
Mm-hmm. I think that goes for everybody, doesn't it? So obviously, there is good sides that comes along with that social media, and also on the self-defense aspect. You yourself have started recently doing some content where you're doing some drills, you're doing technique-based content. So how you finding all that and that process?
I love it, man. You know, the I always thought, you know, the purpose of life is to learn a skill and then pass it on to the next generation. And I've been training, I've been fighting for like 15 years now. I like to think I've got like a master it in like kicking ass. So just being in the gym, helping these young fighters. You know, at Longo and Weidman, we've got, you know, so many just young kids walking in and they're like, yeah, I want to be a fighter. And kind of just, you know, helping them and you know, and helping them any way I can, you know, with the training or with their
Mm-hmm.
life or just kind of, you know, molding and helping people. That's one of the best things about the gym, that I feel like I meet so many different people in so many different walks of life, from like young kids that are just want to be fighters to like, you know, older guys who just want to get in shape. And you know, we all learn from each other and we all help each other, and that's what creates such a great culture at our gym.
Mm-hmm. That's it, man. So I was speaking to, I don't know if you know who Daniel Strauss is, commentator at Cage Warriors, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt under Roger Gracie. Speaking to him a few weeks ago, and he brought up an interesting point, like when you were in the gym, and he was talking about like you could be, I mean, you could be 33 years old, so you've got 33 years experience, and then you've been training for jiu-jitsu for 10 years, so you've got 10 years jiu-jitsu experience. Or somebody new that's coming in has only got so many months. It's like they're a baby in terms of that, and what you can learn from the different walks of life that are in there, whether it's through life or it's training or it's drills, it's technique, it's like whatever it is, you know what I mean, or jiu-jitsu or striking, or even how to go and sort out a mortgage at the bank. You know, there's just like tons of different things. The gym isn't just there for training, it also just guides people through life with the characters that you get in there.
Yeah, man, that's the truth right there. And you know, it just, you just got to be lucky enough to be in the right gym and have the right, you know, atmosphere. You know, that's why
Mm-hmm.
I look at some gyms, you know, like these big like mega gyms, like the ATTs and like all these big gyms that people train just travel to, train for like a fight camp and then leave or whatnot. And then these guys they're just so okay with like fighting each other and whatnot. You know, that's not how it's like at our gym. You know, our
Mm-hmm.
gym, our team, this Sarah Longo fight team, you know, we're a family, and we're all about like helping each other. You know, that's why Aljo and Marab refuse to fight. You know, it's a culture, it's a family, it's more than just fighting.
Mm-hmm. That's an interesting point, because I've spoke to fighters that are of both sides of that. Yeah, I mean, some of them like, nah, like you might train as a team, but it's a single individual sport. You're the only one that walks in there, and kind of have like this like single-minded kind of, because I'm the same as you, where it's like you are building a family, you are building that trust. It's your circle. It's like, yeah, I mean, it's the boys, like it's basically your brothers. So why would you want to go and do those things when other people are of that, like, oh no, I need to do what I need to do for me. Like you're taking food off my plate. Yeah, like it's mad how different people look at it, innit?
Yeah, it really is, and I think it just comes down to what kind of gym you're at. You know, I think it's not like those gyms are bad. It's just that they're different. You know, like you could travel and you could train there, you know, for a week or two, and definitely, you know, learn some great stuff. You know, meet some cool people. But it's good to have, you know, a real home base. You know, real coaches that you trust, training partners that are your brothers, and then you all help each other, you know, get to that next level and improve in all aspects.
That's it, man. And so I looked at a bit of background of you when I was coming up with little interview structure and stuff. And there's so Tapology's got something, ESPN's got something, and I can't remember, there was another one that had some, and it was like your Law MMA. But then there's also Sarah. Is this all in one location? There's Sarah Jiu-Jitsu, there's Law, there's obviously Weidman and Longo, and it was like, it was as if there was 3 different gyms that you were a member of, and I'm like, are these not all in the same place? That's what I thought they were this entire time.
Yeah, well, I'm in Long Island, New York, and we got Law MMA, which is Longo and Weidman MMA,
Yeah.
and that's like the fighters gym. Like you walk into that gym and you could just like smell like the blood, sweat, and tears of like of past fighters in there. It's a very like gritty gym. And then all the fighters do our jiu-jitsu over at Matt Sarah's gym, Sarah BJJ. So out on Long Island, it's pretty much you know, we're either sparring or doing striking or MMA work at Longo and Weidman, or we go over to Sarah's and we do our jiu-jitsu.
Right. Okay. Sweet. So, what is your kind of schedule look like? How much are you mixing it up throughout the week?
Yeah, you know, I love jiu-jitsu, man. I try to get as many you know, jiu-jitsu classes in a week as I can. But I'm at Longo and Weidman pretty much every night, and you know, we do an MMA class Monday and Wednesday night. We do a sparring class Thursday night. We box on Tuesdays, and then Fridays, you know, we're usually get all the fighters together and we do some drilling, or you know, whoever's got a fight coming up, we'll do a puke drill, which is pretty much like a fight simulation, and we all just help each other out. And then on the weekends, on Saturday, it's like a bunch of gym wars. You know, everybody, we kind of organize like fights like every Saturday. It'll be like me and Nazim, and then like 2 other pro fighters like I'll spar, me and Naz will spar, and then 2 other pros will spar, and it's like all day on Saturday. You could get your popcorn, walk into that gym, and like you can watch like 6 or 7 like pro fighters like fighting in the during like fighting sparring, but it's fight feels. It's pretty cool.
Man, that sounds like you just give away some secret club there. I mean, fight club at Saturday night somewhere. That's you just giving away the secrets.
Yeah, man, it's high level, man. High level sparring on Saturday at Longo and Weidman.
Well, I imagine, like, just from watching content and everything, I mean, Longo and Weidman, absolute legends, the 2 of them. It must be amazing being able to train with those guys and just take the knowledge that they've got, like the experience from Weidman actually like, in the octagon. I mean, Longo too, like his knowledge of MMA is absolutely incredible. And just getting to train with some of these killers, man, like it must be a wild experience, and it must be quite, I imagine it must be quite structured. But laid back at the same time, like, because you're all brothers, you know what I mean? So it must be a mix, a good mix between it.
Yeah, it definitely is. And you know, Longo's our leader, man. He's seen it all. He's seen it all in this fight game, and you know, I'm always talking with him. I'm always you know, telling him how my week's going, and kind of telling him what I'm thinking, what I want to do this week, and then he's telling me you know, what he thinks, and we're bouncing ideas off of each other, and you know, whatever Ray says, you know, I'll do. I told him, make me the next Long Island champion, and whatever he says, I'm gonna do. So
that's it. Stand at attention and salute to that man. You know what I mean? And just when he says jump, jump, I suppose, isn't it? So what's some of like the best advice that he's probably given to you? I imagine he comes across as if I mean, he's had some life experience too. I think he would be a very good mental coach as obviously as well as the physical aspect. So what's some of the best like advice that he's given to you at maybe a hard time or even just in general?
Yeah. You know, I'd say it was after that Terrence fight. You know, I get knocked out so quick, and then I was questioning everything after that fight. And Longo, he sat me down and he was like, "Listen, like, because after that fight, I went back to work. You know, I was working with my dad and my brother on the construction site. I was like, man, maybe this fighting thing is done for me. Maybe I don't got it anymore." And Longo kind of sat me down and he was like, "Listen, you know, we're not going out like that. You know, you are a great fighter. I see you in this gym. I've seen, you know, all your fights. You're not going out like that." And he really sat me down and told me we got to go back to the basics, go back to the day one. He wanted me to focus on my boxing, so that's what I did. And after that, I went on that 3-fight run where I was knocking everybody out with my hands, and I was like,
yeah,
like, you're the man, coach. You know, what do we got to work?
That's incredible. That's one hell of a story to hear as well, to hear that you were so close to that point of being, because like I say, you went on that mad run, started absolutely KOing dudes left, right, and center. And I actually had a question a little bit further along in this of like the start of your career. You were, like you said, you loved jiu-jitsu before, like, so you start a career, you were saying like you were submitting dudes, you were going the distance with dudes. Don't get me wrong, you were punishing people and you're going the distance. You could see you had the power in your hands, like you're incredible. I've been watching you for years, like since the start of your career, and like all of a sudden you just started cracking motherfuckers, bro. You just started bodying people and like just dropping them out of there in the first. I think your last 5 fights, not one of them has left the first round, and it's just like, what changed? And it's clearly the mentality, the conversation, and how you're approaching things now, I suppose.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And I think it's all just, you know, coming together, you know, at the right time. I'm in the prime of my life right now, you know, physically, mentally, spiritually. I'm dialed in, and you know, I know, you know, I'm 33. I know that you know, who knows how long I'll be fighting. But I'm gonna make the most out of you know, these however many years I have left fighting, and just, you know, leave everything I got in that octagon. And so I just have no regrets. You know, that's one thing I never want to think back and just be like, oh man, I wish I would have done this, I wish I would have done that. I want to leave everything I got in there, and that's what I'm doing.
The heart in your sleeve kind of guy from the sounds of it, mate. And that's exactly what I think most of the fans like about you. Like you said before, you're just a normal dude in there that's fighting, you know what I mean? Then you can fucking fight. Yeah, to be honest with you, like, it's unbelievable. So leading back to that, like that Terrence KO, as well as obviously the recent one with the head kick with Benoit Saint Denis, do you kind of look at that now as just like it wasn't, obviously the Terrence one was super quick, but the Benoit Saint Denis was just one of those ones you kind of circled out and got caught with it. Do you kind of look at that now of it is just part of the game, and rather than like beating yourself up that you've done something wrong or you could have done something better about it?
Yeah, you know, I mean, obviously I gotta be more aware when I'm separating. You know, I gotta keep my hands up when I separate. But yeah, you know, like I was on the right end of a couple first round knockouts, and I've been on the wrong end of a couple first round knockouts. And you know, that's just life, and especially when you're fighting the best guys in the world, that's gonna, you know, sometimes it's gonna be their day,
Yeah.
and you know, it sucks, but you know, that's life, and it's the way you come back from that adversity is what really defines you, of who you are. So, you know, I with that fight, you know, I felt Benoit's, you know, power. I felt his grappling, and I honestly feel I could beat that guy, and that's kind of one thing that I'm taking away with it. You know, hopefully he goes out there and beats up Dustin Poirier, because and then that'll give me even more confidence because I know that I could beat him. He beat me on that day, fair and square, but I know I could beat him. So he's a good dude too. I'm rooting for him. But that's just life. And then another thing with that fight, I think that I fell in love with the knockout a little bit. I was on a 3-fight winning streak, all by knockout, and Benoit is known for his grappling. He's got a bunch of submissions, and the game plan was to stand with him and finish him on the feet. But then I got into that grappling exchange with him, and I could have out grappled him, man. I could have out grappled him. But I fell in love with the knockout. I wanted to separate, get my distance, and then get back to my striking, instead of really believing in my grappling. Like I should have, instead of trying to separate and circle out and get my distance, I should have stayed grappling. Like there was a time where I could have dropped for a guillotine choke. I had his head, but I wanted to separate, knock him out. I got to believe in all my skills a little bit more, and remember what got me to the big show was my grappling, was my wrestling, was my and I know I believe in my hands, I believe in my striking, but I also I have to remind myself that I've got great grappling as well.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Yeah, I mean, like you say, that's what got you to the dance to start with. So maybe your next fight we might see a cheeky Frevola submission in there just to mix things up a little bit. Maybe.
I know, man. I'm due to choke someone.
Yeah, it's been a while, mate. It's been a little while. I actually thought you were gonna. I thought you were gonna choke Valdez at one point, but that fucking fight, that was probably the one where you fell in love with it too. To be honest with you, because as you seen in that highlight reel there at the start, bro. Like, see when I was trying to cut that clip earlier, I was like, mate, there's like 5 clips here that could have been the fight ending clip, and like not one of them was. That dude had some heart. He kept on going, and there was even a moment where I thought you were going to put him into a guillotine as well, and I was thinking in that fight, oh shit, we're going to see a Frevola submission again, here we go. And then no, you just like rotated around to his back and just started laying into him again. I was just like, this is wild, man.
Yeah, no way. Every time I knocked him down,
boom, there we go, and you're back.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you're cool, mate. It happens. You know what I mean? The internet's a piece of shit. Where were we? So Valdez, yeah, you were saying that dude just wouldn't go out of there.
Yeah, man, he was so tough. Every time I would knock him down, he would bounce back up and come back up throwing, and he landed on me a couple times too. He was a tough dude, but he had a tough run in the UFC. Toughness can only get you so far. So I think but he looks like he's still working hard. He's down in Mexico, so hopefully he'll be able to get some training in at that new PI down there, and I'm hoping that he can make another run in the UFC.
Yeah, what did you make of that Mexican crowd and the fight that kicked off there as well? That shit was mental, wasn't it?
Yeah, man. It looked like there was like no security there either. Like they were just letting them throw down.
Did you see Dana after it? He was just like, there was no security. They literally, that fight only fucking stopped because it finished.
Yeah, and I heard that there was like a bunch of fights in the crowd.
Yeah, I mean there usually is. Yeah, I mean there's always some muppet that wants to fight somewhere, but it's usually over pretty quickly. The security get in there, split them up, kick them out, and that's it. Job done. You know what I mean? But when you're in Mexico City, bro, it's fucking anything goes, I suppose. Like,
yeah, seems like that's the way.
Yeah. The Mandalorian style, the Mexican Mandalorian style. This is the way. That's it. Shit. So obviously we spoke a little bit about some of your fights there. So who out of all your opponents cracks the hardest, mate? Who landed and you thought, fucking hell?
That is a good question. I would have to say it was Violent Bob Ross when he hit me with that flying knee. Luis Pena.
Yeah. No, I know who you're on about, going.
Yeah, he hit me with this flying knee, and it was like I knew it was coming too. We prepared for it. He like fakes an uppercut and then jumps up into like a switch flying knee, and he hit it on me. And I just remember like the whole place was like spinning after that, and I was just trying to circle and like stay on my feet, and eventually I think I shot a takedown to try to recover, but
Yeah.
that dude did hit pretty hard.
Yeah, man, he did have some sort of fucking solid strikes on him, like, but he went downhill fast, didn't he? He kind of
Yeah, he
took
did.
a mad turn there, did he? So yeah, let's not bring him back into it at all. But yeah, that was funny. I was honestly expecting it. I mean, one of the more recent fights to like be the heaviest crack. I wasn't expecting Bob Ross, but that was probably more because I've not really thought about his fights for a little while either, and how much he did actually crack people. Like the dude did have some power.
That flying
Yeah.
knee. Also, I'll say Jalen Turner did hit pretty hard too, and he was so long, man. He was so
Yeah.
like I couldn't kick him without like eating 2 punches, or I couldn't get close to him without eating a couple straight shots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's really good at his jab and his 1-2s, and I mean, like you say, because he's that long and rangy, it must be difficult to try and get in there and actually get to a couple of the guys that are like that.
Yeah, he's long and rangy, but he's like not as skinny as you would think too. He's doesn't make sense how he makes 155.
I know, yeah, the dude's massive as well. Is he like 6 foot something too? He's absolutely huge.
6'3".
6'3", 6'3", making 155. It's mental. So what do you think about these new divisions then? 155, 165, and then changing 170 to 175. You down with that? You're into it?
Oh yeah, I think it should be like that. I the majority of the roster are 155ers. There's so many like 155ers and 170 pounders out there. That's pretty much the average size of a person. It is either going to be 170 or you cut down to 155. So I think there's enough talent, and why not? I think it should be every 10 pounds, 155, 165, 175, 185, and you'll still get a lot of talent in each division, and it just makes exciting matchups. And if there was a 165-pound division, I would be able to take short notice fights
and still eat egg and bacon sandwiches. Loving life, you know what I mean? So that would be it probably would. I mean, because you got like the lightweight is just like the Shark Tank division in it. There's just so many people. Like you say, it is like the average man that'll like be cutting weight a little bit and going into a fight size. So it would spread those guys out a little bit more, kind of thin out not thin out the herd is to say get rid of some of them, but you know what I mean? Like it would probably create some different matchups that you wouldn't really have seen happen if there was just the one single 155, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely. And there is enough talent to stack all those divisions, and it'd be exciting. I think the best, the champ at 155. I think that there might be some guys in 155 that they just kill themselves too much to make the weight, and maybe they'd be a world champ at 165.
Yeah.
So it would definitely be interesting, and then there might even be some 170 pounders that make the weight easy. That they can't cut down to 155 because they're too big, but they make 170 so easy, and the 165 might be perfect for them.
Yeah, just that extra 5 pounds that might be easy enough for them to cut where it's not going to kill them too much to get down there. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, that would be some whole new matchups that you never would have seen before as well, which would be quite interesting.
Yeah, it would be.
So obviously your latest fight now has been announced. You know what I mean? You're coming up against Michael Johnson, the menace, mate, legend of the division himself. How you feeling about the matchup?
I love it, man. I've had him, I've been watching him forever, and I've wanted to fight him for a while too. I'm gonna say this is my Legends fight. I wanted to fight a legend, and we got it. I wanted either Clay Guida, Jim Miller, Michael Johnson, somebody that I've watched since I started doing this, and it's finally happening, man. It's pretty cool. Michael Johnson's fought everyone. He's fought Khabib. He fought, Justin Gaethje. He's knocked out Dustin Poirier. He beat, prime Tony Ferguson. He beat a prime Edson Barboza. and he's a true fighter, man. You can tell when he's in there, he throws down, and that's what excites me, man. I'm looking for fights that excite me, stylistically, and again, like this is the legend I've wanted to fight, and you know, to really, you know, see where I'm at. You know, it'd be cool to watch me go in there and beat him up, you know, knock him out, finish him in the first round, and then, you know, you like just going and watching tape on him now. You know, I could go watch Michael Johnson and Khabib. I could go watch, you know, Michael Johnson and Justin Gaethje. It makes it a lot cooler.
Yeah, you're getting nostalgia on the throwbacks of them. Remember from watching them when they actually happened as well. You know what I mean? It would be incredible. That's good, man. I'm glad you've got that kind of passion towards the fight as well. I mean, that's great for you to have that behind you there. Like, so, what I was gonna say something else about him. So, were you just approached about him solely, or was there a few fights on the table and you thought, do you know what, this one means a lot, I'm gonna go for this Legends fight, so let's take that one? Or
no, I told him that I wanted Brazil. I told him I wanted Brenner in Brazil. I told him I'd fight Diego Ferreira in Brazil. I told him, give me a Brazilian in Brazil. And then just, you know, the UFC, then they just say, no, here's Michael Johnson, 11th. And I was like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, let's take it. You know what I mean, like you say, Legends fight, mate. That's you can't knock that one when it's placed down in front of you, can you? But so you wanted to go to Brazil and you wanted to start a war. That's what you wanted to do, wasn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, excited for that. But you know, this fight's probably even better. You know, it's in St. Louis. It's in his hometown. You know, it gives me another week of training. It's a 1 week after. So it all worked out.
Yeah, wicked, mate, wicked. So after the Michael Johnson fight, is there anybody that you would want to go for to get back up in there towards like the top 15 again?
You know, we'll see. I'm always taking it one fight at a time, but
yeah.
You know, I gotta handle business in May, and then it's baby time in June. Got to you know, take care of the new baby, and we'll see. Maybe November at MSG again, and hopefully we get a ranked guy.
Yeah, awesome, mate, awesome. So obviously, you know what I mean, 40 odd minutes now we're going through, so I'll just try and wrap this one up a little bit so you can get away and chill out for the rest of your evening, mate. So you got a quick minute to talk a little bit about some 299 co-main and main. Obviously, you mentioned BSD before, so you've got Dustin versus Benoit Saint-Denis. What's your thoughts on this one? How you think it's going? Obviously, you said before you're back in BSD to get the win because you would like to get the fight back against him. But how do you see it playing out over the? Are they doing 3 rounds or doing 5 rounds?
They're doing 5 rounds.
God damn!
Yeah.
Right, that changes shit up. Right, so anyway, floor's yours, mate. What are you thinking on that one for 5 rounds?
Yeah, man, it's going to be interesting. And you know, Benoit's his best weapon is that left kick, but he uses that left kick on orthodox fighters a lot. You know, because that's the open side of the body. So it's going to be interesting to see, you know, how he does against another southpaw. This is going to be a southpaw versus southpaw matchup, and I think Dustin has the best boxing, you know, in the UFC. So we'll see. You know, on the feet, I think that Dustin's probably got the advantage on the feet, but Benoit, he's just so tough, man. He's so tough, and he's got strong wrestling. He's got great grappling. I think that if Benoit makes this like a real dirty fight and stays in his face and wrestles and really breaks Dustin, he'll be able to get the job done. So I mean that's what I'm hoping. But you know, there's Dustin is a legend of the game, so I wouldn't be surprised if Dustin boxed him up too, you know, and caught him. I know BSD does, you know, he does get hit. But he's also tough as nails. You know, he had that one fight, his UFC debut, where the guy almost like killed him in there, and he like kept coming. So it's an interesting fight, and I mean, I give Dustin a lot of credit for taking that fight. You know, he didn't have to take that fight. You know, nobody wanted to fight Benoit, even when, you know, when I accepted the fight against him, you know, nobody wanted to fight him. So I think anybody who accepts like a tough fight against an up and coming guy deserves a lot of respect. So we'll see, man. We'll see.
Yeah, see how it plays out. Like my thoughts on it. I don't know what breakdown like picks video earlier on today. Not put it out yet, like, but my thoughts on it was Benoit early, and if I wasn't sure at the time if it was going 3 rounds or 5 rounds, and I was thinking, see if it's going to 5 rounds, man, Dustin could edge that as it gets later on. Just like you say, the legend of the sport, the experience in it. I know Benoit's got that dog. We haven't seen him go 5 rounds yet. I imagine his gas tank's there. When you think about wrestling and grappling, that's like a heavy gas burner, you know what I mean? So he's probably got the gas tank to get there. But then from taking Dustin's boxing for 5 rounds to get into that as well, what's that going to look like in those later rounds for him?
Yeah, it'll be interesting, man. But you go back and look at his UFC debut. He fought short notice up at 170, and that dude at 170 was huge. And that guy was hitting Benoit with some big shots, and Benoit never went down, never backed off. So you don't want to rely on that. But I think that if Benoit can take Dustin's shots and just stay in his face, keep grinding, keep wrestling, and I think he could possibly break him late.
Yeah. Potentially, that would be interesting to see, man. What a matchup that is! Like, this whole card is absolutely stacked. So obviously we've also got the main event. I know Aljo's your boy, you know what I mean, and I know how you're probably feeling. You want this one to go is off the bat straight away. It's probably going to be Cheeto. You're looking for Anu rather than Ann still. So how do you see the fight? No,
man, you'd be surprised. I mean, I like O'Malley. I think he's a funny guy. But I'm not even like I want O'Malley to win just because I want Merab to get to
to get a hold of him.
Yeah. I want O'Malley to win because I want that. I want Merab and O'Malley. I think that's a huge fight, and let Merab get that one back for the team.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was mad how they just overlooked Merab. I know, obviously, Dana was a bit annoyed that he wouldn't fight Aljo, and there was a lot of people, I mean, agreeing with it and stuff, and they were going, right, so they've kind of skipped over Merab, gave him Cejudo instead, and kind of made him go for jump through a couple more hoops before he's getting there. So, but yeah, that'd be one hell of a fight, man. Like, Merab, like, mate, what's it like hanging out with that guy? It must be fucking wild.
Dude, he's the nicest guy you'll ever meet. Like, he's got a house in Vegas, and he's always got like 10 Georgians like staying with him. Whenever I go to Vegas, he's like, he opens up a room for me. He'll give you the shirt off his back. He's the nicest guy, always looking to help people. So I mean, I'm so happy for him. It couldn't happen to a better guy, and he's one of the hardest workers in the room, man. He's like, they call him a machine for a reason. And I've seen Merab go in there and spar Aljo, for 3 5-minute round or 5 5-minute rounds, and then another guy walks in and wants to spar, and then Merab spars him again for another 5 rounds, and then another guy walks in, Merab spars him. Oh, yeah. Dude doesn't stop, and he'll do anything for his friends, for his family, and I'm excited for him to finally get the title shot. He right now, I truly believe he is the best bantamweight in the world, and regardless of who has a belt right now, he's the best, and it's about time for him to go in there and prove it, and give him the belt, because he deserves it.
Yeah, 100%, mate. Like you say, the guy's output, his striking's phenomenal. Like his takedowns, he picks dudes up for fun. Like you say, he's smashing guys 15-minute. He's that guy on the mat, and he in the gym. You know what I mean? Where some people are sitting in the corner after 2 5-minute fives, going, nah. And someone's going, "You want to roll?" You go, "Nah, bro. Give me a minute. And then there's that one guy in the corner just smashing everybody. That's Merab, man. Like, there's other dudes spewing whilst he's still going and going and going.
Exactly, man. And then he'll work with people too. Like, even like a kid will come in who's just like a huge fan and wanna like spar with Merab, and he'll even like spar with the kid. He's the man.
Oh, mate, wicked. I think it's that Georgian culture as well, where you say about the family aspect, looking after your friends, family opening a room for you and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, like, I think that just comes from the culture that he was raised in more than anything. And he's a humble dude. Like, he's, you know what I mean, he's worked his way up from where he is. You see the clips of him. He's kind of like the small white version of Ngannou. Ngannou came from the salt mines, and you've seen him with spades on construction sites and stuff. And he's came up and started going into what he's doing now. And his story's incredible. Like.
Yeah, it really is, man. And he's going to be in Miami next week, so I'm excited to see the shenanigans that he's gonna do cage side. And I'm hoping O'Malley gets the job done, and then Merab walks into the cage. We get a nice face off. That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be fucking awesome, man. So is there any other fight on that card that's sticking out to you that you're interested in or can't wait to see?
You know, I'm excited for MVP. You know, see him in Holland. It'll be really cool to see him finally in the UFC. And those are two high level strikers. That's gonna be a fun one. And then we also got another Long Island girl, Caitlin Jokaji, blonde fighter.
Yeah,
she's taking on Macy
Barber.
Barber. Yeah, so I like Caitlin a lot. I've trained with her a bunch, and she's a badass. So I'm always rooting for her. And I mean, the whole card is stacked, man. Yeah.
See, you look at Curtis Blaze and Jayton Almeida like headlining prelims. You're just like, what the fuck? That's like a fight night card headliner on its own, isn't it?
Yeah. Next two pay-per-views, 299 and 300, they're stacked, man. They're just.
You can't wait for them. It's going to be awesome. But like I say, I've had you now for almost an hour, bro. So I'm going to let you get away. I'm going to wrap this up. So thank you very much for your time, man. Massively appreciated it, and hopefully we can do it again sometime, because this has been great. Finally getting to speak to you, dudes. Like, I'm a huge fan of yours. Have been for a while, and I will continue to be. So yeah, all the best in the preparation for the fight. All the best with the fight, and all the best in the preparation for the arrival of your son, mate. And I hope everything goes smoothly. I hope everyone's happy and healthy when the big day actually turns up, and just best wishes to you and your missus, mate.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. And then I heard the UFC's they're going somewhere in the UK in July, right?
I think they are, yeah. Well, I don't think you'd be coming over for that one, though, would you? I think they're looking at Manchester, I believe, which is about half an hour, 40 minutes away from my mum's house. I live in Scotland now. I moved there fucking what year are we on? 2024. I moved there 13 years ago, but obviously still go home to see family and stuff. So if you're ever in Scotland, hit me up too, bro. Like, but yeah, Manchester in July. Like, what you saying? What you thinking? SteamRollaa. What, you got something up your sleeve?
Hey, somebody's got to beat Paddy up on that one, right?
Hey, the man's coming over. I don't know if Paddy would fight in a Manchester card. Obviously, being from Liverpool, it's only an hour down the road for him, like. But I don't know if he would.
Hey, we'll see, man. You know, I got to handle business in May, and then we got the baby in June, and you know, the UFC calls. You know, someone's got to beat that dude up. You know, I've been trying it for a while.
Just a little while, mate. Oh man, see if you come over in July for a Paddy the Baddy fight. That would absolutely be insane. Yeah, I mean that should be co-main event, easily co-main event. We know Big Tom is obviously going to be the main event on that one. So nice. I like how you dropped that in there, bro. I was thinking of asking you about it, and then when I was like, the lineup of the baby in June, there's probably no way he's thinking about coming over to the UK in July. But get that baby a passport, bring him with you. Have him there front and center. Yeah, I mean, we'll sort you out, bro. Come on over.
That sounds good to me.
Wicked, mate. Wicked. Right. Thanks again for your time, man. I know I'll let you get away there. So yeah, take it easy, brother.
Thanks, man. Nice talking to you. And we could talk again throughout my fight camp. I'll give you guys an update on how we're doing, how we're looking.
Awesome, mate. Wicked. Peace.
Peace.